Wednesday, February 7th, 2018. Set against the backdrop of the massive Conoco natural gas refinery, 40 American Special Operations soldiers allied with the Syrian Democratic Forces spent a grueling 4 hours engaging approximately 500 pro-Syrian fighters, fortified by the Wagner Group's Russian mercenaries. The Wagner Group is a private Russian military firm that effectively serves as a covert arm of the Kremlin for foreign operations. Now, a stage was set for a confrontation that had been dreaded for years, as remnants of the Cold War found themselves intertwined in Syria's dragged-out civil war. The aftermath of this battle laid bare a glaring reality. The Russian mercenaries and their Syrian counterparts were woefully unprepared for a frontal assault against America's formidable Special Operations Command. Since the 2003 invasion of Iraq, the United States Central Command has fine-tuned their military strategies, achieving an optimized blend of equipment, logistics, and tactics necessary for a successful coordinated assault from both air and ground. In Syria's testing ground, this preparedness was thrown into stark relief against the ill-equipped Russian and Syrian forces. But what precipitated this unexpected conflict, and what were its worldwide ramifications? American Special Forces, having relentlessly battled ISIS in Syria's war-torn terrains, suddenly found themselves facing a new and unforeseen foe. Enter the Wagner Group. This Russian mercenary organization introduced a new element of risk to the already volatile Syrian battlefield. Their task was to secure oil and gas fields for the Assad regime, with the mercenaries taking a percentage of the production profits. Tagged as a pro-regime force, these fighters pledged allegiance to Syria's President Bashar al-Assad. Despite the presence of Syrian government soldiers and militias within their ranks, U.S. military and intelligence officials determined that a significant part of the force consisted of private Russian mercenaries, likely associated with the Wagner Group. However, the Syrian battlefield proved to be no child's play. A complex web of factions with conflicting interests made it a perilous stage for any military operation. The Russian mercenaries and their Syrian allies quickly learned that a full-scale assault against the American military position was far from easy. The American military's adaptability to these rapid shifts played a crucial role in their sustained success against ISIS. As dawn broke over the Conoco natural gas refinery in eastern Syria, a storm was gathering. A substantial force of pro-Syrian government fighters, bolstered by Wagner Group's Russian mercenaries, massed for an assault that would signify a crucial turn in the Syrian conflict. At the refinery stood a team of American Special Forces. The battle ignited with the first fiery exchange of gunfire, sparking a confrontation that would persist for close to 4 grueling hours. The Russian mercenaries and their Syrian allies launched a surprise strike against the American position. In response, the American military unleashed devastating force. F-15E strike fighters, AH-64 Apache attack helicopters, and MQ-9 Reapers swooped in, pulverizing the Russian artillery and enemy formations below. As the battle raged around the refinery, a chilling new threat emerged. Russian tanks trundling towards the epicenter of the conflict. The Special Forces soldiers were confronted with their worst-case scenario. Displaying remarkable speed and resilience, the soldiers swiftly called in air support and rallied their vehicles to confront the encroaching steel giants. However, the tide of the battle shifted with the arrival of the American military's Quick Reaction Force, QRF. Their intervention was the turning point, driving the Russian mercenaries into a disorderly retreat. Despite facing overwhelming odds, the Special Forces soldiers held their ground, successfully repelling the ferocious onslaught. Internationally, the incident prompted a wave of accusations against the Wagner Group, often used by the Kremlin for covert operations. American officials criticized the incident as a violation of the deconfliction agreement between the United States and Russia. The U.S. government responded by imposing sanctions on the Wagner Group and its leadership, heightening the diplomatic fallout from the incident. The clash between American Special Forces and Russian mercenaries in Syria marked an eerie chapter in modern warfare. This event resonated far beyond the cessation of gunfire, having a profound impact on the American military and highlighting the potential for conflict between global powers. Thank you for watching our video on the battle between U.S. Special Forces and Russian mercenaries in Syria. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. We value your thoughts on this topic, so do leave a comment below. Stay tuned for our next video, where we will discuss another significant event in modern history.